Good morning, everyone. We have another fun rig tour for you today. We're meeting up with Eric, who lives full-time in his 2020 Subaru Forester. We've actually met up with Eric before. You might remember that a couple years ago, we made a video about him living full-time in his teardrop trailer, his teardrop camper. We'll talk a little bit more about that and why he made the switch from camper, from the trailer, to just living in his car full-time. And we'll talk about what he does for income, and we'll talk about his channel a little bit. So his channel is called Escaping Normal Life. You can go follow along with his adventures there. I'll put links to that in the video description. Also in the video description will be links to a bunch of the gear that we show. So if you're interested in his lights or his mattress or whatever, that'll all be listed in the description. So now let's turn it over to Eric.
Hey everyone, my name is Eric and I live full-time in this 2020 Subaru Forester. If you remember, I actually have met with Tristan before about 2.5, maybe 3 years ago, and I was living full-time in a teardrop trailer. And so you may be wondering, why did I get rid of the teardrop trailer and move into an even smaller setup? Well, kind of simple actually. The trailer just didn't give me anything more than what this car does. It was just a bed on wheels, the trailer was. I had to eat outside, I had to shower outside, I had to do everything outside. So that's really all this car is. It allows me to do just sleep inside, but I can do everything else outside. And allows me to be a lot more nimble in this car. Coming down a lot of these back roads on BLM land, pulling a trailer was often hard. Getting into a city sometimes was a little bit of a nuisance with a trailer. And so it just, again, just didn't offer me anything more than this car has. The car is easier for me to do a 3-point or sometimes 7-point turn on some BLM land if I need to turn around somewhere in a national forest land. And getting around cities and things is just easier. So I'm full-time in this car. I've been in full-time about 7 months now in this setup. So I'm gonna take you along a little tour of my home on wheels. All right, so I'm gonna start off here in the back and show you how I cook meals. I actually do full meals on the road. For me, it was really important to be able to cook with real food. I don't think you have to eat dehydrated meals just because you live out of a car. So I'm gonna show you my camp kitchen. So it's right here. This is a box that I purchased online. I did not make it. I don't have the right tools nor the right know-how to make it, so I bought it. But it's very cool. It slides out on sliders, and it's got 2 parts. And there's my 2-burner stove. This is a Coleman 2-burner stove. And I need a 2-burner stove. I actually often have 2 things going. I often do like chicken or fish or steak or something on one side, and then I'll do maybe some quinoa or some vegetables or something else on the other side. So I need a 2-burner. In a second, I'll show you how I actually hook that up to propane to cook. The surface area up here is a cutting board. Now, originally, when you buy this in picture, if you click on the link in the description, you'll see that this is actually pictured to have a big water container up here, and there's a collapsible sink right here. However, I knew that I was going to use this top part for all my dry goods. So I knew I wouldn't be able to put a water container up there. So I actually took the collapsible sink out that it originally comes with, put in this cutting board. I just cut this down to fit inside, see here. So it's very easy to cut on this and then throw all that stuff into whatever I'm cooking. And then up here is, again, all my dry goods. And this is literally just a car organizer. For me, it worked out the best. I'm able to put all sorts of spices and plates and chips and snacks and paper towels and coffee and everything else up here. And it's kind of compartmentalized. It's got different sections here, so it makes it pretty easy. Silverware up here. Also, I forgot, this kitchen has a little drawer right here, which makes it very easy to get to knives and spatulas and other things I may need. So yeah, I want to say this is around $300 or so. So it's held up for me the past 7 months, and I did 20,000 miles last year. So I think it's a pretty good purchase. But when I'm ready to cook and set this up, around the side here, I'll hook up a hose. This hose right here up to my propane. I wanted a very, very simple, easy way to set up my cooking setup. I didn't want to spend 20 minutes setting up something just to cook. So I wanted something quick and easy. Connect this hose to the stove itself, and I'm off and cooking. This is a 5-pound tank. I think it's a 1-gallon tank. And I have 2 of these. And for me, it's $5 to fill one of these up at a propane store or anything. And it'll last me 2 months. So it'll last me a really long time. This is actually mounted on a thing called the Orbis overlanding rack wing. And I found this online. It specifically is made for Subarus, although it does just mount to your luggage rack from the top of the car and then suction cups to the window. So there is a strong chance that it might fit other cars. However, as I mentioned, it is kind of specifically made for the Subarus. But as soon as I saw it, I was like, that is perfect. I can mount my propane tank to it. So this is the other side. This is the passenger side of the vehicle. And this is another place where I have that Orbis overlanding rack wing. Again, the link will be in the description for you. However, on this side, you see I have not a propane tank, but instead I have some water tanks. This is really more my extra water, my reserve water, if you will. They're just roto packs, but I want an easy way to get to this if I need to. So instead of having to take the roto packs off of these, turn this, I have a lock here, you can see, taking all that off, I thought it'd be a hassle. I want an easy access to this, so I found this little spout, which I think is just the coolest little thing. So simple, but it's the coolest little thing. And a little cap here to protect it from the dirt, and bam, I got water. So if I need to fill up my water jug real quick, or I do this all the time when I'm brushing my teeth, rinse my toothbrush off, or wash my hands even. I did that this morning. Easy way to do that. And then when I need to, I can take this off and refill it. So these are really awesome. I also have on this side, cat hole digger. We all need it as a nomad. And then I added, you're gonna see some motion lights all around the vehicle. I wanted an easy way to see things in the dark. It gets very dark on public lands at times. And these are just motion lights. So that's all it is. You walk by it, turns on, it's got a solar light on or a solar panel on the top, so that's how it charges. And it's perfect for me. Walk by it, it's very bright. Again, the link will be down in the description for you. It comes in a pack of 4, so you'll see where I have the other 3 in a minute. This is a road shower. It is a steel tube, 4-gallon steel tube. And basically what you do is you fill this up with water. There's a radiator cap towards the front, fill it up with water. Then the sun beats down on it all day, heats up that water. It's got a temperature gauge on the side to tell you how hot the water is. It reads up to 118, but I'm telling you right now, I've taken a shower past that. I took a very scorching shower with it one time. And then you pressurize it. You can use a bike pump. I use an electric pump. And then I do have an RV shower hook connection here because an RV shower head has a place that you can kill the water to save on your water. So yeah, I'll set this up sometimes. I have a privacy tent, so if I need to on public land and I have gone several days without a shower and there's no Planet Fitnesses, because that's my normal way I shower, in sight, then I can take a shower on the road. And then I just fill this up again and I'm good to go. So this is the shower head that I use when I do use the road shower. And if you're not familiar with the RV shower, basically it's just got this little switch here and that kills the water. So if you're lathering up your hair or something like that and you don't really need water coming down on you, it's nice. It's nice to have, but at the same time I'm limited on water. You can kill this with this little switch and this will stop the water flow from coming out. So really nice, and you can see it's metal, it's pretty robust. I actually caught the wire yesterday in my tailgate when I was shutting it yesterday, so I got a nice big crimp in it. So we'll see if it still holds up, but in the meantime, that's what I have. All right, so I'm gonna show you my car fridge. If you saw the video we did with the teardrop, you saw I was using an ice chest. Now I'm actually upgraded to a car fridge. This is the EcoFlow Glacier, and you're gonna see some straps around it right now, and that's because it was very, very, very important to me to consider safety while driving. As I'm driving a lot, as I'm moving around a lot, things are shifting in the car, so I needed this not to shift, but also in case of an accident and I need to slam on my brakes for some reason, this is directly behind the driver's side, so I did not need this big heavy thing going right into the back of my head. So there's some ratchet straps down here. I just tighten these up, or loosen them up, sorry, to get them off. And this is a dual zone fridge. And the right side can be the freezer side, the left side can be the refrigerator side only, but currently it's set up for just the one single zone at the moment. I have not used the freezer side, but maybe 2 times to store a pint of ice cream. So have not used it as much as I thought, but you can see I like real food. I have some vegetables and there's some greens and stuff in there. So I like cooking with real food. I have a steak in there marinating that I'll probably cook tonight. And yeah, game changer to have the fridge. This one also has an ice maker off to the side, and it can make about 20 cubes in about 20 minutes. So what powers my fridge? Well, 2 things actually power my fridge. When I'm driving, I actually hook up my fridge directly to the car. I have a small 200-watt inverter I can plug it up to, and that's just a 12-volt inverter. But when I'm docked, boondocking that is, staying stationary for a while, I still need something to run this. So that's where my battery bank comes in. This is a Anker Solix C1000 is the model name. It's a 2000 watt inverter. And it not only can charge run my fridge, that is, but it can run, of course, laptops and cell phones. It has a 12 volt on it, it has tons of 110s on it, as USB-A, USB-C, has a built-in light. Oh, there he goes. Even though I'm mostly camping every night and I'm just doing things like cooking and having things in a refrigerator, I still live out of my car. So there's a lot of little things I have, right? I have flashlights and I have bug spray and I have camera gear and all sorts of other little small things. So I needed a place to put those things. So behind my driver's seat is it's a car organizer, but it just is designed to go attached to your seat. And you can put it on the driver's seat or passenger seat. But it's got all sorts of stuff. You can see I have headlamps here, flashlights, bug spray, suntan lotion. I have camera gear up here. I have a first aid kit in there. I have batteries. I have zip ties. Yeah, sometimes I actually get lost in some of the things I have in there. Trying to find something is kind of a pain. And then behind the driver's seat is a toolkit. So I do have to have a little toolkit with me at times to do some more things. I do want to show you something really cool back here, this little guy. This is a side stepper. You fold this up, clips onto your car here, and then watch this. I can now get up into this box that's on top of the roof and go all the way to the back of the box. So I love that thing. It's super compact. I was looking at all sorts of ladders and things to carry, but most ladders and things are just kind of big and bulky, and I didn't have room. I was very compact in my car, so awesome. Again, link will be down in the description below. It's made by Rightline. So you're going to see these poles here. You may be asking what that's for. Now, this really comes back to my car camping days before I went full-time travel and I just would camp on the weekend at an established campground. I had these poles, they're retractable, and I would use them to set up like a tarp to go over camp. I'm from Florida, it rains a lot, so it would protect us from the rain, but also the sun. Haven't used them once. Have charting them all around the country for the past 7 months, haven't used them once. If this car ever makes it back to Florida, this is the first thing that's going back into storage. However, you're also gonna see up on the top here, a big box, and I don't think I could do this type of lifestyle without some sort of roof box. Up here is all sorts of miscellaneous things. I have hiking shoes. I have a tent that goes over the back of my car that I can set up if it is raining lightly or just very buggy on the East Coast in the forest and stuff I stayed at. A lot of bugs. So I can put a big tent over the back, and when it's folded down, it lives up here. I do have a human tent. I have a person tent that you can stay in. When I need to tent camp, I can do that. That is up here. I have other camping gear up there. I have another one of these propane tanks. I have a little bit of car stuff. I have some car wash stuff. So I just have all sorts of miscellaneous things. Things that you need, you just don't need every day, live up in this box. So when I set up my car for full-time living, a lot went into my head as far as safety and as far as modular setup. I wanted something that this car could go right back to its factory settings if I need to, because one day I'm sure I'm going to end up selling this, and I didn't want any permanent scarring, if you will, to the car. So everything you see in this car can be taken out, and probably this whole car can go back to factory settings, as I call it, in an hour and a half max, including getting to things that I need to get to in emergency. So underneath this whole setup, underneath my kitchen, underneath my bed, which you'll see in a minute, is my spare tire. And if I need to, it's not fun, but I can take this kitchen out in about 30 minutes and get to my spare tire. So that was really important to me when I set this up. I didn't want a permanent build in this car. I wanted something I could remove easily, and just always thinking about the stuff. I'll also show you in a minute that I have some other safety precautions in case things go wrong. I have a fire blanket and I have a fire extinguisher. So again, things I don't want to use, but I have them if I need them. Now let's talk about my mattress. A lot of people are always asking, how well do you sleep in a car? I actually sleep really, really comfortably. I'm 6 foot tall, and even though I have to move my seat up a little bit, you'll see that in a little bit I'll crawl into the car and you can see that I lay down very, very comfortably in it. I found this mattress online by a company called Deep Sleep. That is actually the name of the company. and they make it for all sorts of makes and models of vehicles. They make it for Toyotas, Subarus, Jeeps, all sorts of different vehicles, and then you can get it for the driver's side or the passenger side. So, so I obviously opted for the Forester. That's what this is, and yeah, I'm a side sleeper. This is half foam, half air, and I sleep very comfortably on it every single night. It's about 5 inches thick, and then on top is a Sea to Summit 10-degree sleeping bag. I think this is the Trek 3, if you're looking for the model. Again, sleep incredibly comfortable with it. Most nights I can just sleep in just that, that's fine, but underneath here, I do have some extra blankets. I'll touch on some other things I have on here in a minute, but one of the things I have are some extra blankets. This is a fleece liner that I can throw in the sleeping bag on really cold nights, and I did use that for about 2 months there as I traveled through Colorado. It got down to about 11 degrees for me. A wool blanket, and 2 other things you see here. So first off, these shower caps you'll see in a minute go on my shoes at night so I don't carry a lot of dirt into my home because it's really important for me to stay as clean as possible. But 2 other things on here. One is a mirror, and the sun might hit this mirror pretty bad, but voila, now I can shave without getting too bad, and there's not a lot to shave, but but yeah, hang that up there, or a lot of times I actually just set it up here. And then the other thing it's really cool is this little guy. Now this is a table. Believe it or not, there's a table in this. It was something I was looking for when I went full-time, is I wanted a table to set things on, but I needed a compact table that was pretty robust, and I think I found the answer. So this is the carrying case, and this is the table, and it's 2 things. It's 2 tables. It's this little fold-out table. First off, this is called the Nemo Moonlander. And those little kick-out legs break it pretty perfect for cooking. Put my drink on, right? Got a quick little easy bedside table, if you will. But the real table comes out when you flip it around on the bottom, and it's got these retractable, not retractable, but like collapsible tent legs. So you just screw them in. It takes just really just a couple seconds to put it all together. And you can see I'm doing this one-handed basically, which is also very important. I want something compact that I can put together easily. And I got a table. And in a minute, I'll show you that I put my water jug on this. It's a 4-gallon jug, and that thing supports it fine because actually this holds 100 pounds, believe it or not, this little table. So this is the coolest little table, I thought. The Moonlander by Nemo, I mean, it's a game changer for me. I can put anything there. This is a 4-gallon jug. I mean, it's not light. It's not super heavy, but it's not light. And I tip it up like this, and then voila, I got a place to clean dishes. I actually added a little 3M hook right there because when I'm done washing my dishes, or in the middle of washing my dishes, I need a quick, easy way to hang my brush while it's drying. I didn't want it to be on the ground or anything, so. All right, so I'm gonna show you where this lives most of the time, and that's up front, and I'm gonna show you a lot of things up front. So up here, I'm gonna put this on the ground, the floor. I'm gonna put it on the floor. And there's a couple things back there. That's where that water jug lives. I have another water jug. I have a 1 gallon. And the reason I have this 1 gallon is because I can take this into pretty much any water fountain in any building and refill this. And 1 gallon of water will usually last me about 2 meals or a couple cups of water to drink. So this is really convenient, I thought. So for $1, I just keep refilling it with water. I have some trash down here I have to empty. I'm on BLM, so there's no trash cans by us. So when I get into town, I'm gonna throw away some trash. But I also have some shoes. Some shoes up here. Again, you're gonna see all my shoes in shower caps because shoes get dirty and I don't want dirt in my home. So the shower cap thing I thought was just really easy way to protect the inside of the car from getting extra dirty. The car gets dirty all the time, but it doesn't get extra dirty from that. So that's basically what lives down there, but up here is my closet. And this is another car organizer, just the same exact one you saw in the back where I kept all my dry goods. And I like this for a lot of reasons. One is, again, it has different compartments. So I have my socks over here, boxers. This side's kind of like pants, and this side's kind of like tops. And I can also, this has handles. So I can actually take this whole thing out and move this if I need to. And the reason I wanted to be able to move it is because this is a full passenger seat, and I've actually had friends visit me on the road, and I'm the only car when they come visit me. So we needed a place that people could sit. So that can actually go in the back on top of my bed, which I'll show you the bed, full bed in a minute. But yeah, I want, again, something very modular, something that I could easily move around, something that wouldn't permanent. So yeah, I love it. It also like it because it has made me go very, very minimal on my clothes. Something that I learned the hard way when I first was traveling with a teardrop is I brought way too many clothes with me. So I've learned the hard way and just kind of minimize on my clothes. So yeah, pretty good. So we're now behind the passenger side, on this side. And I got a couple things down here. First off, on all my doors, I have mosquito netting that when it's warm enough and I can roll down the windows at night, then I'll put these up to protect any bugs come in the car, but also cool down the car with the windows down. So those are on every single door. This side also has a big old flashlight in it. And then I've recently started putting dryer sheets in my car because twice now I've had a mouse crawl up into my engine. And mice can do some serious damage to your car. So I've recently started spraying my engine down with peppermint oil, but also keeping these just throughout the car. So hopefully, if they ever do make it in the car or anything, I've been told the dryer sheets help get them away, so we'll see. Nothing else, it helps the car smell better. Okay, so underneath though, my bed, which we'll go over in a minute, is kind of like my bathroom toiletries. I have some contact stuff down there, some shampoo, some soap, all that good stuff. But I want to show you two kind of safety things that were important to me, kind of always think about safety. Fire extinguisher, this is the right first spot, in case there was ever a fire. And then my mom just sent me this. This is a fire blanket. So both things are here in case of emergency. And I want a quick, easy access to them. And I can get to them while I'm sleeping. So if in the middle of the night, if something was to happen, heaven forbid, then I can easily get to them while I'm sleeping. So they're down here, always easily accessible. Nothing's covering them up or anything. This mattress, as I mentioned earlier, is specifically made for this car. It's made for the Subaru Forester. They make it for Subaru Outback, Subaru Crosstrek. If you look at the Toyota 4Runner, Toyota anything. So there is a cutout here that's specifically made for this car. So again, really form-fitting to this car. And I got it for the passenger side, but you can get it for the driver's side. And this is the little air pump. As I mentioned earlier, it is a foam slash air mattress. So this is the little air pump that it comes with. And right now I'm having to blow it up like every night a little bit, touch it up. But I'm sure it's just the temperatures and the elevation that we're at, because in the past I was maybe touching up with a couple extra things of air, maybe once every 2 weeks or so. So again, just talking about the setup in this car and making sure that it was always kind of back to factory settings if I need to. The back seat in this car is still here. It's just folded down. I didn't take them out. I almost took them out. You'll see a wood platform here just to support my head for when I'm sleeping, and some more blankets down there. But it was very important to me to just keep everything as is. I almost took the back seat out, but then I was like, why? It's really not, I'm not gonna probably benefit. I would have to store it somewhere back home. And what if I got a better deal on selling this in Washington or something? Yeah, I don't know, right? I just wanted everything with me at all times. So yeah, very easy, simple setup. And even though it won't come out on camera, I'll turn them on real quick, probably because it's daylight. But peek in the car, and if the camera can go up a little bit, there are some motion lights, or not motion lights, sorry, fairy lights. And that is the perfect amount of lighting for me at night. When I'm crawling into bed, and the last thing I need is the bright LED dome lights that the car has, or even the lights that power station has. I just want a little bit of light to see. I turn those on, and voila, I got some nice ambient lighting. Also up there is you're going to see a cargo net, right? And that is all of my winter gear. Those are jackets, hoodies, gloves, beanies, just yeah, all my winter gear. And winter gear is pretty bulky, so it wouldn't really fit in my closet area up in the front seat, and I don't even need that stuff half the year, so I wanted it kind of out of my way. And I do like it. I think it's relatively perfect. The only thing that's not perfect about it is I can't see out of my rear view mirror very easily when I'm driving because it sinks down pretty well, and I do hit my head on it when I sit up, but it's nice and cushiony at least. It's just jackets. So when I sit up in bed and do hit my head, I'm just hitting jackets and things, so it's not that bad. But yeah, I do like it. It's actually something I obviously use every single day. You can see all the jackets up there. A couple things I wanted to do when I got into the car is I was thinking about just heat in the car, keeping heat in the car, but also keeping people from prying eyes out of the car, looking into the car if I need a stealth camp, because I have to stay in cities sometimes. So I'm gonna show you in a second. When I close the door, I have these window reflectors that you saw in a second, but on the outside, it's black on this side, so it makes it look like I just have good tinted windows. But you saw a second ago that on the inside, it's reflectives. And so hopefully the idea is that your body heat radiates and kind of bounce back to you. I've had them for about 7 months, so they're starting to get a little wonky here. They're not staying up there as easily as they did. So recently, I've been taking those, I mentioned earlier, these mosquito netting, and I've just been putting that over the window to help keep them on there. But either way, it still helps keep the heat into the car, but also, more importantly, keeps, again, any eyes that peek into the car out. All right, so I'm ready to go to sleep at night. I have kicked off my shoes, I put them in my shower caps to keep my car nice and clean, and I'm ready to crawl in. I like to crawl in from the back. It's just a little bit easier for me, but you can see I still have to duck my head. So I'm crawling in now. And voila, I'm exactly 6 foot. My seat is pushed up a little bit, and but I sleep comfortably. Of course, I usually sleep in my sleeping bag. I'm usually a side sleeper, so usually sleeping like this. If I need to get up though, you can see I kind of hit my head. So right now there's a little bit more things in here. I actually have like some flannel pajamas and things that I sleep in when it's cooler. So I'm laying on top of that. So it's a little bit bulkier, but when I need to get up and lean up, I can change my shirt in here. It's not the easiest thing in the world, but I can do it. But I'm kind of hunched over and do it. But I do it most mornings. Yeah, put on a new shirt or something in the morning. So when we're ready to relax at camp and I've got a nice fire going, I want a nice comfortable chair. And so I picked up this GCI rocker chair, and it really is a rocking chair. I love this thing. It's so comfortable. It's just, everybody sits in it, it's like, this is kind of cool. It's a little big and bulky to be carrying around in a car, but that's why it lives up in the roof box. It fits up there very well, and I love that thing. A couple other things I pulled out of the roof box to show you. This right here is my roof, or not my roof, but it's a tent that goes over the back of the car. So I can set this up in about 10 minutes, and it will give me a nice spot to protect from light drizzle and rain, not a heavy rain, but a light drizzle and rain. And it has screens that go down to the ground, and that would protect me from bugs. And that's mostly what I've used it for, is kind of like bug netting while I'm cooking. I'm not being swarmed by flies and mosquitoes, especially on the East Coast. And then one last thing is my solar. This is a 110 watt EcoFlow suitcase solar panel, and I do set this up from time to time to help charge the Anker battery you saw earlier. But mostly the Anker battery does get charged via the car while I'm driving, or the great thing about the Anker's battery is it charges literally from 0 to 100% in 58 minutes via a wall plug. So as a digital nomad, one of the things that I need all the time is internet to work. I do freelance video editing work. I have my YouTube channel, but also I do freelance video editing work for clients. So I do commercial work and personal projects for others who maybe want to use it for websites, social media, anything. So I often need to send files to and from clients, and so I need good internet. And so I usually find places like a library to work from that usually has good Wi-Fi and space to work at. And that's where I'll bring that battery pack in to charge with me. And again, I have a good, comfortable space to work. Occasionally, I have also done door dashing for a little bit of extra cash, and that is, the few times I've done it have done very well for me. So another great opportunity to make a little extra money on the road. All right, well, thanks for watching. I do have some social medias if you'd like to follow me. I have my own YouTube channel at Escaping Normal Life. You can either type that in or type in escaping.normal.life. Either one will bring you to my channel. I also have Instagram. If you're preferring to watch me on Instagram, I do have some things on there. Again, escaping.normal.life. Thanks for watching, and thank you for escaping normal life with us.
Be sure to check out Adventure Know-How, my new site, where you can gain access to a map of all of my free campsites, plus monthly bonus videos that you won't find anywhere else. Learn more at adventureknowhow.com. And for links to everything else SUV RVing related, visit suvrving.com. Links to these sites and more will be in the video description.